tonight. My name is Willie Martinez. I am a licensed insurance agent, and I've been licensed for about 18 years. And what we're going to talk about tonight is healthcare benefits. How many people know someone, friend or family, who has no health insurance benefits right now? A lot of people, right? Over 50 million Americans in this country have no health insurance. Over 167 million Americans have no dental insurance. And the new laws with Obamacare will not affect dental care, so there's still going to be over 160 million people who are going to need what we have when the Affordable Care Act kicks in January 2014. How many of you today do not know everything about the Obamacare so far? So how many people are still a bit confused about Obamacare? Okay, there is a website you can go to get free information. There's a lot of websites actually. But I put together one little free blog information where you can find out about who has to get health insurance with the new laws, how does it affect you, how does it affect businesses, what are going to be the tax penalties if you don't get it, who's supposed to get it, who qualifies for the new expansion of Medicaid, what will be the penalties for corporations that don't get it as well. How many people would like to learn some free information on those bits of information? Okay, if you go to KLM Healthcare, KLMhealthcare.com, www.klmhealthcare.com. There's some free information there. It's my blog. It's just free information. There's nothing to buy there. And I'm going to keep updating that in January, in another month and a half, when the federal government releases the new information on the federal exchange plans for the Affordable Care Act. We'll have more information in January from the federal government and more details of what the federal exchange plans will look like. Starting October 2013, the federal government says the exchanges will be fully functional, where anybody can start purchasing the new exchange plans October 2013 to be effective January 2014. Okay, and that's enough about Affordable Care Act. Now, how many of you?
That's on there?
It's on my website. Yes, you'll have that information, and I'll keep updating it when we get the new information in January. How many of you have people keep asking you questions about the Affordable Health Care Act? Are people asking you questions right now? What qualifies, what that doesn't? So let's start. The Affordable Care Act has to be major medical insurance, okay? And to sell it, you're going to need an insurance license to sell the major medical insurance. Now, I've been licensed 18 to 19 years. Come on in. And what we're going to talk about tonight is what are the options right now for people who live in our country. What are our choices? What can we do if we need coverage and we don't have enough money? And how much does it cost for major medical today? A lot of people don't know what the true cost is. Is that correct? People just say, I don't know, it probably costs $100 or $200 a month for me, right? And that's what most people say. Well, first of all, let's talk about our company. AWIS stands for American Workers Insurance Services. We are a licensed insurance agency. How many of you are licensed agents here in this room tonight? Raise your hands. Okay, well, if you're a licensed agent and you want to have your own agency, like Hayes, for example, your name is Hayes, right? If you have your own insurance agency, let's say you call it Hayes Insurance Agency, HIA. Sounds pretty good, right? HIA means like he is here. So that's your insurance agency name. Now, anybody can have their own agency if you're licensed, right? And you follow the Department of Insurance. And as long as you don't have a criminal record. Now, you have your own insurance agency, okay, Hayes? But you're not an insurance company. You're an insurance agency. So you have to contract with insurance companies to sell their insurance plans. You can contract with Blue Cross Blue Shield and Aetna and United for health insurance. For life insurance, you can contract with so many different companies, AIG and ING and a lot of different companies, correct? And then materials will have their name on it, but it's your agency. Our agency, same thing. We're licensed in over 46 states and 2 territories, and we contract with insurance companies, just like any agency. Now, our company was established in 1983 by a group of doctors, which is almost 30 years ago, 29 years, almost 30 years, and we market affordable association healthcare plans. And now, Hayes, when you talk to someone and they'll look at you like, association what? I mean, is that an insurance plan? No, it's an association healthcare plan. What's that? You're going to get that question, don't you think, if you're brand new? So we're going to explain tonight what the differences are and what it really is. Now, we have thousands upon thousands of customers, members who've joined us. We've actually signed up over 1 million people since we've been in business for 29 years. That's a lot of people, 1 million customers, by the way. Now, our plans, our association health plans include discount benefits, and insurance benefits. So we're going to discuss what those plans look like, including dental HMO, which is insurance as well. Now, right now, today, if you wanted to buy health insurance right now, what are your different options available to all of us in our country today? One option, there's only 3 options really. One of them is government health care. How many of you know someone who's on Medicare? Anybody know somebody? Okay, can all of us in this room qualify for Medicare today?
No.
Why not?
Not of age, and we don't have a failing major organ.
There you go. So Medicare, you have to be eligible. Now, if we all were on Medicare, we all have 100% coverage, right? Everything's paid for, right?
No.
Oh, it's not. Wow, I thought that Medicare paid for everything.
No.
Oh, it doesn't. Well, Medicare, folks, was never meant to pay for everything, and it never will. Medicare, basic Medicare covers what percentage? 80%. If you want more coverage, can you purchase other things like Medicare supplement plans? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and all that? How about Medigap? You ever heard of that? And about Medicare Advantage, we heard a lot of that today. The rules and the laws keep changing, it looks like every year. Now, Medicare, Part A, just the first part, anybody know what it costs? Per month? Zero.
You already paid for it.
Really?
Part A.
You sell Medicare, you should be able to answer that question.
Medicare. So you
So you mean everybody in the country gets free Medicare?
No, it's $96.
Oh, I thought you said it was free.
$96.
Part B is $96.
Oh, okay. So we start getting, so $96, $97, $99. Anybody know what it's going to cost in 2014 in 2 years?
It's gonna go up.
It's going to go up to $247 a month. You didn't read about that in the paper? Oh, you mean Obamacare didn't tell you about that part? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. Now,
You got paid deductible for you.
yeah, and it only covers 80% for the basic coverage. So if you want more coverage, you got to get other stuff. Now, what about, okay, we don't qualify for Medicare, but we can get Medicaid, right? Everybody qualifies for Medicaid, right?
No.
What do you mean not? I was born here. I'm a citizen. I can't get Medicaid?
Well, you can, you gotta get rid of your assets.
I'll get rid of all my money? That ain't never gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Well, okay, he's correct, by the way. Medicaid's for people who are in poverty, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, no assets and you qualify. Now, of course, if you're on Medicaid, that covers everything, right?
No.
No.
I thought Medicaid covers everything.
Depends.
Does it or does it not?
Depends.
You're thinking there, what are you thinking about?
One thing, if you don't have any assets, how can it get you to pay for anything?
True. So does Medicaid pay for everything, yes or no?
No. No, it does not.
That's a trick question, isn't it?
In
some
I'm
cases,
sorry, I don't
it
mean to
does.
play a trick question. Medicaid will pay for 100% of a lot of the things you need, but not everything's covered.
Medically necessary.
Okay?
Right.
Understand? So not everything's covered. But Medicaid will pay 100% of most of the things you need that's medically necessary. If you have Medicaid, will it cover braces? If you need to be in the hospital for 20 days, Medicaid covers that, right?
Wait a minute, no, let's take it back. Medicaid will cover as long as you're a adolescent.
Yeah.
Will Medicaid cover you more than 10 days in the hospital?
No.
Cover braces.
But Medicaid cover you more than 10 days in the hospital?
No.
No, it won't. So what happens if you need to be in the hospital for 20 days?
You're screwed. I mean, truthfully.
What he said
Building
was,
that.
what Hayes said is, no, you will be out of luck. That's exactly what he said. I heard him from way back over here what he said. Now,
I'm working on it.
It's a medical bill.
there you go, so you know. Now let's continue. So let's say that none of us here qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, that's government, so we don't qualify. We can buy our own health insurance, couldn't we? And that would be option number 2, private health insurance. Anybody here can go on the internet and call an insurance agent and go, hey, I want health insurance, how much is it gonna cost me? And now if I went, Hayes, you're a licensed agent, right? I'm a young guy still. And if I want just health insurance just for me, I'm a non-smoker, I don't drink, what do you think you would give me a quote for just for myself? For major medical?
Probably about $500 or $600 without a high deductible.
500 or 600, are you kidding me? Just for me?
Just for you. That's my specialty.
Because you like me, right?
That's right.
Well, you know what? I did a quote on Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I'll show you that later. I don't have time right now. But it's actually for me, with the lowest deductible, $892 a month. And it doesn't cover 100% of my medical bills. 80% coverage, $3,000 co-insurance, $25 co-payment, $250 deductible. $892 a month just for me. For me and my wife, just for me and my wife, without any children, $1,400 a month. How many people think that everybody in the country can afford that? No, I get. So I guess option number 2, if you don't have a job that covers you, that would be a little bit difficult for most Americans today. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So that only leaves one more choice, which is what? Association healthcare benefits. So Hayes is looking at me like, what the heck is that? I can read your mind. Now Hayes, let me ask you a question. Have you heard of a small supermarket? I mean, you may never have heard of it. It's called Walmart.
Yeah, I think
You've heard of Walmart? Have you heard of Walmart? Okay. Have you heard of Walmart? Have you heard of the other company that Walmart has called
Sam's.
You've heard of Sam's Club? Oh, okay. What can you tell me about Sam's Club? Anybody can use this, right?
You gotta be a member.
Oh, you have to be a member. And this is, how much does this cost?
$45.
Man, who's the salesperson here today? I know that, I got a salesperson. Wait, it depends. What are you looking for? You want it to be blue, green, or gray? I know a salesperson when I see one. Okay, Sam's Club. $40 to $50 a year. I think it's $45 here. Hawaii, it's $50. Everything's more expensive in Hawaii. But anyway, except the pineapple. It's really cheap over there. Good pineapples in Hawaii. Now, Sam's Club. Now, I pay $45 a year for this, and what I get is
A card.
that's it. If I never use this, do I get anything else? No. But if I use it, I can save money on what? Groceries, furniture, tires for my car, batteries, prescription medications, eyeglasses, a whole bunch of stuff, right? DVDs, big screen televisions, computers, laptops, cell phones. So, but how did nobody in this country buys this, right? Are there like a couple dozen people in this country or millions of people in this country? Or millions? How about a company called Costco? Anybody heard of them?
Yeah.
So another few million there. How many people have ever heard of AARP?
Yeah.
American Association of Retired Persons. When you turn 50 years young, 50 years young, they invite you, right? So when I got that letter in the mail, I said, okay, now I know I'm still young. What a nice letter to get when you turn 50, right? Now, and it's about $16 to $18 a year, right? That's another association. How many of you ever heard of AAA Club, the American Automobile Association? Pay about $150. Well, we have an association called the National Association of Preferred Providers that got started in 1983, and that provides and makes you eligible. Once you join the association, you can now become eligible to purchase health insurance, life insurance, and dental insurance from us. Now, you can join the association first for $1.50 a month or $12 a year for the entire family. How many people think $12 a year for a family is pretty affordable? And you get a couple of discount benefits. Most of those benefits are just discounts. You know, movie theaters, travel, rent-a-cars, whatever. But the most important thing about the membership with NAP is that you're not eligible to buy health insurance, life insurance, and dental insurance with no health questions. No health questions. And for those back there that didn't hear me, no health questions. I had a phone call a week ago. A woman called me and said, Mr. Martinez, my sister's in the hospital. She had a stroke. Can you help us? I said, yeah, I can help you. Yes, I can. How many health insurance companies have you called and told them that could help you?
None.
Yeah, pretty. Man, he knew that. Man, you sounded like really passionate about that. He was like, man, none. You're correct. Now, why can't health insurance help you if you're already in the hospital? Why can't they help you?
Pre-existing condition.
Oh, okay, we forgot about that. But we can help you. How do you feel about if we can help you? How would you feel?
Wonderful.
Okay, now, don't go chasing people already in the hospital, folks. Don't go ambulance chasing. We don't need to do that. But you know what's neat about this, folks? We have an association that gives you discounts when you first enroll a member, but we also contract through our insurance agency. We contract with a health insurance carrier, a life insurance carrier, and a dental insurance carrier, just like any agency would. And we take their insurance benefits and we throw them in the association as well. And what we do is we take some of the discount benefits, some of the insurance benefits, and we create association plans. These plans will have both benefits, discounts and insurance. And you can see small plans that cost $100 a month, plans that cost $200 have more discounts and more insurance benefits. We have bigger plans that cost $300, $400, $500 a month for a family to have more discounts and more insurance benefits, hospitalization insurance. But these are limited insurance benefits. They're not major medical. Now, hey, someone's going to ask you, well, what's the difference? You're going to get that question. You do know that. Here's a simple and truthful answer to that question. How many people want to know the truth? Okay, raise your hands if you want to know the truth. Okay, this is the truth, and you're always going to do well when you say the truth. Does that make sense? Major medical. I'm a licensed insurance agent, and I do sell major medical. Major medical has unlimited insurance benefits by law now. Comprehensive major medical. If you get that, and you need to have a surgery, and it costs you a few $1 million, you should be covered, yes? Okay. Limited health insurance benefits, which is what we offer, means that it's limited. It's not unlimited. That's the only difference. How many people think that's an easy explanation? Pretty easy?
Yeah.
So people say, well, what are the limits? I want to know what I'm getting, how much, and what does it cost, and what does it pay for? That's what we're going to show you tonight. And it's pretty easy. If I told you that I'm going to sell you car insurance, and one car insurance costs you $20 a month, and another car insurance is going to cost you $200 a month, what's the first question you would ask me?
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Obviously, the car insurance for $200 a month is going to have more coverage than the one for $20 a month, right? Sure. Folks, it's the same thing here. The small limited benefits cover less, but you know what? It costs less. Does that make sense? Is that simple, Hayes? Yep. So if you go to a hospital, how many of you know someone who knows someone who's ever gone to the hospital because of sickness or accident and had no health insurance? Anybody know somebody? Yeah. What happens when you go to a hospital and you take your child and they're sick or they got a cold and had an accident and they're filling out the paperwork and they say, Mr. Hayes, do you have
Nope.
health insurance? I didn't even finish the question. And he goes, no. So Mr. Hayes, how does a hospital treat you when you say you don't have health insurance?
I can tell you exactly how they treat you. They say, well, your visit today is going to cost you about $3,000 as a deposit. How would you like to pay that, cash, check, or charge?
Man, you're good.
I work in New York.
Oh, okay. No wonder. So let me ask you a question. And so, some people, when they don't have the money, what happens next?
They are screened out if it's not a life-threatening issue.
If it's a private hospital, can they turn them away?
Any hospital can, as long as it's not life-threatening. If it's life-threatening, they have to treat them.
Okay. Folks, I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm going to pay you to be here every week, okay? How much are you going to charge me? I'm going to pay this guy. I love this guy already. Who invited him here already? I'm going to give you the money for inviting him, okay? Bring him every week. Okay. What's true? Can somebody wait in the hospital emergency room with no health insurance for a few hours if they have no coverage? Can they wait a few days? Yeah. Depending, right? I mean, it depends. I've heard of a story of a woman, it's on YouTube, caught on camera, okay, it's got over 50 million hits already. This woman, 49 years old, went to a hospital, no insurance, county hospital. It was not in this state. And the camera was recording. She was waiting in the emergency room for 24 hours because she had no health insurance. The camera caught this, by the way. After 24 hours, the woman was caught on camera falling off a chair with convulsions. She died on the floor of the emergency room. The camera kept recording. 3 medical personnel. Hayes, I know you worked in hospitals, and I'm not saying every hospital's like this, but this particular camera caught this. 3 medical personnel saw that woman dead on the floor. One person walked by, another person walked by, and did nothing. A police officer in uniform was caught on camera, saw her dead on the floor, did nothing. A second police officer was on a chair with wheels on it, he was wheeling, saw her dead on the floor, did nothing. 5 people. Finally, after 2 hours that the woman was dead on the floor, they finally took her off the floor. Now, you do know that that woman's family did file a lawsuit. It was all over the news, by the way. It's on YouTube. You can see it. So, how would you feel, folks, if that was somebody in your family that was treated that way? How would you feel? How would you feel?
Mad. Frustrated. Angry.
Does it still happen today?
Yes.
Folks, you don't need to go through that. When I show you the plans that we have, it's not major medical, but you know what? It is insurance. And we'll get you inside hospital emergency rooms if you have an accident. So let's continue. Let's talk about that. Now, the different packages we sell, one of the first ones, we're going to talk about dental. Now, how many people here know someone who doesn't have dental insurance? And we're supposed to go have our teeth cleaned every
6 months.
6 months. if you ask this question to people with no dental insurance, listen to this question. You meet a client. We're going to talk about dental insurance. I'm going to say, you just said you didn't have dental insurance. Is that correct? How long have you, when was the last time you went to a dentist? Hey, why are you laughing?
Because I know this happens often.
It does, doesn't it? So what do you think someone would say who has no dental insurance when you ask them, when was the last time you went to a dentist? What do you think the answer is?
A year, 2 years ago.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
There's something wrong with that. Let me ask you a question, but it's not important to get the teeth clean, is it?
Oh, yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
It is, isn't it? Can you die because of a tooth
Yes.
infection?
That's right.
A video, type in YouTube, when you go home, type in this video. Boy dies because of no dental insurance. Watch this video from ABC News of a 9-year-old boy who died because of a tooth infection. 9 years old. The mom is on the video crying because she said she didn't have dental insurance, she didn't have health insurance. The tooth infection turned into a brain infection, went to the hospital for a few weeks, and the boy died. 9 years old. Folks, there are many other people in this country who are dying because of tooth infections. So let me ask you a question. How important is dental insurance?
It's very important.
Okay? How about some dental insurance plans make you wait 12 months for any major work? What if I told you that our dental insurance, which is insurance by the way, has no waiting periods? How would you feel about that?
Good.
You buy it by the 15th of the month, you could use it on the 1st of the following month, you don't have to wait 12 months. Is that good?
That's great.
How about if I told you that we have the largest dental network in the country? Does that sound okay?
Yes.
How about I told you that they've been in business since 1954, and the federal government and all active duty military are their customers right now? Does that make you feel like they're a pretty good company?
Oh, yes.
What if I told you that there are no health questions and no age limits for adults, children up to 26, but if you have a person who's 80 years old, they can buy this plan, no health questions, okay? Already, and they already have over 25 million customers, Hayes. That's the #1 dental insurance company, which is called Delta Dental. You ever heard of them, Hayes?
Yes.
They're the biggest dental insurance company in the whole country, #1. Now, let me ask you a question before I show you the next slide. Hayes, let's say that you have a client and they have no dental insurance, and they say, I don't need that, I can go to the dentist anytime and I'll just pay cash. A lot of people say that, right? Okay, so let's say that you're married and you have 3 children. Okay, my mom, I come from a small family. My mom had 13 children. Okay, so I'm not kidding. I am number 12 of 13 kids. So that's okay. I have an aunt named Willie. She had 16 kids. So, so we're a small family compared to that. But anyway, that's the truth, folks. I'm not kidding about that. But anyway, so a family of 5. What does it cost for an exam if you have no dental? Just for the exam, Hayes.
Oh, my.
About $200, $250. My wife actually works in the dental industry.
I like this guy. I'm putting your payroll. Hey, buddy, I'm writing you a check every week just to come over. I could ask for a better person to be here tonight. Folks, I'm not paying this guy. I'm just kidding, okay? He's actually new. First time. I don't know him. But I will pay you pretty soon. But anyway, yes. How much does it cost for an x-ray if you have no insurance? For tooth x-rays?
$90.
$75, $90?
Depending on the dentist.
Depending on, how about cleanings? How much does that cost?
That's about $200 to $300.
See, you know, your wife works there. So let me ask you a question. What if I can show you a dental insurance plan that has 0 cost for the exam? For life, for everybody in the family, forever. Would you like forever to be free?
Yes, I would.
Okay, would you like x-rays to be forever free for everybody in the family? Not just your first visit,
Fitting.
for life, free.
And where do I sign up?
Would you like office visits to be $5? How about teeth cleanings at $5 if you get one every 6 months? I'm giving this guy a check tonight. So Hayes, how would you like it if you got teeth cleanings for $5?
Oh man, I love it.
How about fillings for $8, tooth extractions for $10, root canals that can cost up to $2,000? You know what they cost.
Yeah.
What about that price?
Wow.
$165 to $365. Crowns that can cost over $2,000.
Well,
From $185 to $395. Complete dentures that can cost over $1,900. Look at that price. $365. Braces that can cost over $5,000 actually start lower than this. It starts at $1,150 for a child, $2,100 for an adult. Hayes, would you like to have that dental plan?
yeah.
Now, a plan like this can cost you about $180 a month for a family. What?
Did you hear what he said?
No.
We spent $10 grand on our daughter's braces.
$10,000
That was after the insurance.
on braces after insurance for one child?
Yep.
Man, I wish I would sign you up a while ago. It's been my best testimony. 10,000. How do you feel about this price?
I love it.
Now, here's a question, Hayes. How many people you think would love a plan like this?
Everybody?
You know 167 million people have no dental insurance? What if I told you that Texas, with over 6 million people with surrounding counties, over 50% of the population has no dental insurance in Houston, Texas? Over 50% is the worst, highest percentage of the most uninsured people. By the way, Texas is last in the country with the most uninsured percentage in the country. Last. This is the worst state. Or if you're with us, it's the best state to be in, right? Right. Okay. Now, what if I told you that instead of $180 a month for a family, by the way, you can also see on our website, you can see the full fee schedule and the list of dentists, by the way. And we'll show you what the website looks like. What if I told you instead of $180 for a family per month, $39.95 for an individual and $89, and it doesn't matter how big the family is. 2 children, or my Aunt Lily who has 16 kids, okay, same price. One-time application fee of $60, as long as you join our association, correct? You have to be a member of our association to be eligible. What do you say to that price, Hayes?
I say that's excellent.
What if I told you, Hayes, that I was in Hawaii a month and a half ago, and I signed up a company, and all I did was meet with them for 20 minutes, first visit, 20 minutes, no presentation. All I had was the brochure, the description of benefits and co-pays, and the list of dentists. That's all I had. And in 20 minutes, I closed that deal. And you want to know how many people in that company, Hayes? 5,000. 20 minutes, no presentation. All I had was the brochure, description of benefits, and the list of dentists. And in 20 minutes, I closed it. And I have the email from the company emailing me, the board of directors approved it. When can we sign up? 5,000 people, Hayes. You know what the commission would be on that?
That was my question. You're on top of it.
I'm definitely putting you on my pay. You gotta pay this guy something. It's too good. I love this guy. Now, we're gonna go down in a second. But before we do that, there are people in this country with no health insurance, right? Now, for me and my wife, a major medical is about $1,400 a month. Most people cannot afford that. Would you agree? We do have a plan that has hospitalization insurance for about $585 a month for a family, which is still a lot better. But would you agree, Hayes, that some people still cannot afford that? There are people out here that, they're struggling. They're paying their rent and their car payments, and at the end of the month, they have no money. So they're saying, look, Mr. Martinez, I can't afford $500. Well, I can't sell you a major medical policy for a couple $100. It doesn't exist. What I could do is sell you something with limited health insurance benefits for $109 a month for a family. Okay? Now, it's not major medical. Let's see what it is, okay? Let's describe the benefits, okay, everybody? It's got discount benefits in the beginning, and it's got insurance benefits. On the discount benefits, you have pet care discounts, legal services, where you can talk to an attorney at no cost. Emergency roadside assistance. That's if you get stuck 24 hours a day in the road, tow a tow truck 24 hours a day, and it's no cost. Hospital patient advocacy. How would you like somebody to fight for you when you have a hospital bill?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what they do here. I'm going to need to talk to you later. Well, we do, and you know this already, you work in hospitals, right? Hospitals will negotiate with people as long as they have good faith and they're willing to pay something. Am I correct?
Correct.
And they're willing to negotiate. Well, we have an experienced team that can save people a lot of money. We cannot guarantee a percentage, of course, because it's a negotiations. It depends on your financial abilities. It depends on a lot of different things, correct? But we can save you almost money almost every time you go to a hospital with that department, okay? Now, this is the insurance benefits. A $50 doctor visit for sickness or illness, not for wellness visits, will reimburse you 5 times per year per family member, and you can use any doctor you want to see. Pediatrician, cardiologist, a gynecologist, whatever, doesn't matter. Any doctor you want to see, okay? As long as it's for sickness, illness, or accident, whatever they charge you, we'll send you a check for $50. Fair enough? So, Hayes, if I don't have insurance, and believe me, there are a lot of people that don't, and they know how to find a doctor, right, without insurance. They just, look around and ask a friend. They say, no, we know this doctor there, he charges $55 or whatever. There's doctors out there, right? So let's say you're sick and you go pay a doctor $55, whatever they charge you. It could be 60, it could be 70. If it's a specialist, it's going to be more, right? Let's say whatever they charge you, you're going to get a receipt, and you're going to get a form that has the procedure code. You send that to us over here. We submit it to the insurance carrier. By the way, the insurance carrier within 7 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, will send you a check for $50. So if the doctor visit costs you $60, and we send you a check for $50, how much did it really cost you? How many of you will be okay with that? 5 times for you, 5 times for your spouse, 5 times for each child per year. If you go over 5 times, we'll get you the network discount. And there's no limit on doctor visits with the network discount. There's only a limit on the insurance benefit. That's why it's called a group insurance limited benefit. Is limited to that amount. Everybody understand it? Now, the effective dates for insurance will vary. Let's talk about the accident insurance, and I'll go back to the doctor. The accident insurance, you go to a hospital, your child has an accident. They ask you if you have insurance, and now you say, yes, I do. How do you think they're going to treat you now, Hayes?
Oh, the gold star treatment.
They treat you much better. That's $5,000 of insurance that pays directly to the hospital. You don't have to pay first and get reimbursed. The only part that's reimbursement is the doctor visit. But the accident insurance benefit will pay directly to the provider. They'll file a claim. You call us. We'll call the hospital. We'll coordinate all the billing information with the hospital. We'll talk to them. We'll get all the paperwork done. We'll file the claims for you. We'll do everything for you. All you got to do is just call us and let us know which hospital you're at or where you went to. Fair enough? How many of you think that's easy enough to do? And you have a $100 deductible. I have a friend of mine named George in California, had an accident, almost lost his finger. The surgery was about $10,000. Our PAC department negotiated, brought it down to $4,700 and change. The insurance covered it, and all he had to pay was a $100 deductible. How many of you will be okay with that, by the way? But there's no limit on the accident insurance benefit. Hopefully you'll never have an accident, but if you have an accident a day, you're covered. We're going to have to probably investigate you if you have an accident a day. $10,000 accidental death. We just found out of a person here who has a customer. Do you want me to tell you a story? He has a customer who's on our plan. She's been on our plans for how long? About a year and a half. She called today to cancel because 2 months ago, her husband died. She has no money. She can't afford to pay for the plan anymore. She doesn't know that she's got this money coming to her, and he's about to call her tomorrow because he didn't even know. He just found out today.
She's over 60. He's over 65.
He's over 65, and he thought he didn't have coverage. That woman now's going to get a phone call for him to tell her what?
She's getting 10 grand.
That she's getting some money. How many people were left to make that phone call to the client after they suffered already and they have no money? Now, this is not going to do a lot, but it'll do a lot enough to alleviate the fact that she may need some instant money right away. How many people will feel okay taking care of your client that way? Folks, here's a true story. Okay, that can help. This is $100,000 of emergency travel. This is real term life, $15,000 term life, guaranteed issue age, no health questions. Guaranteed issue, no health questions. And $15,000 AD&D. If the primary member had this plan and died because of an accident, that's 15, 15, and 10. That's $40,000 in death benefits to the family. How about that for $109 a month for an entire family, Hayes?
Is there an age limit on that insurance?
Yes, there is.
What is it? I can't see it.
On the primary member, the age limit goes, if they issue it before 65, the primary can keep it, I think, up to 75 or 80, and the spouse can keep it up to 85.
Okay.
Now, we have a couple of new plans coming up in the new year. The issue age is up to issue age 90 with no health questions. Issue age up to 90 with no health questions. You have to wait till January to see that one.
Can this be used as a secondary insurance?
Yes, it can. That's right. Yeah, now, let's continue. Now, let's say, for example, that I have a customer that's not married, has no children, and says, hey, Mr. Martinez, I can't afford the big plans, but I can afford that. But I also want that dental for $39.95, so I would have to buy both, right? Yeah. But you know what? I like this guy. I don't know why, but he just looks like he's got a friendly face. So you know what I'm going to do for him? If he wants to buy the medical plan at $109, I'm going to give him the dental HMO that sells for $39.95 for no additional cost.
Say it. Say what?
Well, Hayes, is that a good deal? If that was for you, would you say, give me that deal?
I can't even think right now.
Okay, how many people think that's a good deal? Raise your hands. Yeah. Okay, first of all, the answer to that is true. Now, he will lose a couple of benefits once I mix it. He will lose the term life this ADD, but he'll still have this, he'll have all this, and he'll lose the emergency roadside and legal. But what we will keep is the pet care, hospital, doctor, accident, 10,000, 100,000, and we'll have the dental HMO for the 109, same price. Still a good deal? Because I could always buy term life from somewhere else, can't I? I think he's going to sell it to me, right? What do you need, about $1 million policy?
Just depends on what you need.
Well, that's the new plan. This is the #1 selling plan in Texas, by the way. #1 for our company. Because it includes the dental HMO insurance and the medical health, limited health insurance benefits together for $109.95 a month for a single person. But you know what? Even though that sounds like a good deal, which it is, right? Instead of spending $149 for $109, he gets the medical and the dental for the same price as just the medical. Now, in the next 5 minutes, he's no longer single. He gets married and he has children in 5 minutes. That's pretty good, man, 5 minutes. So that's pretty fast. So he's now married, has children. What does the family dental plan cost, if you remember, everybody, per month? $89. So if it's family, it's going to cost him $109 plus $89 for the dental, right? But I like him so much, I'm going to give him the family dental plan for $30 a month for the entire family. Now, folks, Hayes, can you find me dental insurance with no limits for $30 a month for a family?
Not even with a group.
Nope, you can't. So you think that's a good deal?
Excellent.
So we're going to do this. If he buys the Optima Select plan, instead of paying for $109.89, which is $199, for just an extra $30 a month, we'll give him the family dental.
That's cheaper than what I pay right now on the job.
All right, but sign this guy up. He's ready to sign. I'm going to stop right now. Just wait for him to sign up. Never continue. She's got the application. He's done. He's signed up already. So you think that's a good deal? With a $100 one-time application fee. These are the websites where the person who invited you here, make sure you get their name and number, and then they can take you to the dental site and the medical site.